legendary country singer Kenny Rogers' net worth at the time of his death. Rest in peace, Kenny. We miss you. Kenny Rogers, the king of country music, had an awesome life. When he passed away earlier this year, he left millions of heartbroken fans mourning, as he gave them so much during his incredible career of 65 years. The musician and actor was born on August 21, 1938 in Houston, Texas. His childhood wasn't an easy one, as his family struggled to make ends meet. His father, who worked as a carpenter, did all in his power to provide for the family, but that wasn't easy during those times, so he turned to alcohol. Kenny spoke of his childhood and said, "I think that one of the real tragedies in my life is that I never really got to know why my dad drank. He couldn't really support his family, and I think it just broke him down. It breaks my heart that I didn't know that before he passed away." Seeing what his addiction did to his dad, Kenny made a decision to never drink alcohol himself. In his book, Luck or Something Like It, the musician wrote on how his childhood shaped him into the man he became. "I think it made me more determined. One of the things I talk about in the book is the fine line between being driven and being selfish. I think there were times in my life I was so driven, I became very selfish, and I'm not proud of that. I think it's a realization I came to when I was writing this book." When he started high school, Kenny already knew he wanted to be a singer. Soon after, he joined the band The Scholars. They had concerts and performed live in Houston, and everyone who knew Kenny somehow knew his place belonged on stage. Speaking of one of Kenny's first solo performances in his hometown, his older brother Leland said, "All the little girls started screaming and carrying on. It was just like Elvis. And my wife leaned over and said to me, 'There's your star.' I said, 'That's no star, that's just my kid brother.'" Kenny did turn into an icon and one of the most legendary musicians who helped shape country music forever. At the beginning of his career, Kenny wasn't sure which music style suited him best, so he tried himself in many. However, it turned out that country was what he loved best at the end. In 1977, one of the most famous ballads to this day was born, Lucille. It was so great and so loved by many that it brought Kenny his first out of 3 Grammy Awards he earned for his everlasting music. The song's producer, Larry Butler, said how Kenny hesitated whether to take that song or not, as it sounded too country for him. But that's not how Kenny remembers the story behind the huge hit. We remember the story differently. He remembers me not liking it, and I don't. But whatever's real is real. But I remember both of us looking at each other, and I think we both really, truly felt this was going to be a major country record. I don't think either of us ever dreamed it would be what it ended up being," he told author Bill DeYoung. Next was another Grammy-worthy song, The Gambler, which cemented Kenny's spot in the music industry. Along with his captivating solo performances, throughout his career there was a collaboration that captured the hearts of many, that of Kenny and Dolly Parton. The two performed together and made many famous songs, including the 1983 hit Islands in the Stream. Kenny and Dolly remained very close friends their whole lives. When Kenny died, she wrote a heartfelt tribute that touched many. "You never know how much you love somebody until they're gone. I've had so many wonderful years and wonderful times with my friend Kenny. But above all the music and the success, I loved him as a wonderful man and a true friend." It wasn't just Dolly who described Kenny as a wonderful person, but pretty much everyone who had ever met him. He was considered a genuine and very generous man. Kenny was married 5 times, although he didn't consider himself a womanizer. In fact, he once said, and this may seem like an absurd statement, but every woman I married, I really loved when I married her. And I do not blame them for the marriage falling apart. I blame myself and my chosen field of music. That's why I say that music is a mistress, because you cannot wait to get out there to it, and usually the mistress wins in a situation like that. He had 5 children, and stayed together with his last wife, with whom he had 2 twins, until the end of his life. They say that twins at my age will either make you or break you. Right now, I'm leaning towards break. I would kill for the energy they've got. Kenny, who was 66 when Jordan and Justin were born in 2004, told People magazine. He met Wanda Miller, who was 28 years his junior, while he was on a blind date with another woman. Her parents, who were 2 years younger than Kenny, weren't happy with their daughter dating an older man, but he promised them he would never lie to her or hurt her, and he kept his word. At the time of his death, the singer, songwriter, producer, and actor, who always said he wasn't good with managing money, left his wife and his 5 kids $250 million. He released 65 albums and sold over 165 million records. Kenny also owned a 973-acre ranch in Georgia. The Beaver Dam Farm, which includes an enormous mansion, a golf course, fishing lakes, tennis courts, 2 swimming pools, 5 guest houses, and an equestrian center, was built by Kenny himself and is as legendary as the musician himself. Kenny was very proud of it and welcomed many guests there. After his death, the Wilbert Group said the property had been auctioned and sold. Rest in peace, Kenny. We miss you. What do you think? Scroll down to comment below. Don't you forget, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.